Hey everyone, welcome to the Mash and Drum Whiskey Room. Appreciate you coming tonight. I got a really special episode. How's everybody doing? Glad to be live on the air on another Wednesday night. Looking forward to getting tonight started. We got a lot of people already in the chat. They're all talking. I am waiting on my special guest to click in here for the blind tasting. But while we're waiting for him, let's say hi to everyone in the chat. See what everyone's sipping on. Here we go. Let's say hi to Monica Willits. How you doing, Monica? Thanks for coming in. Steve A is in the house. Andrew Spurrell's in the house. My buddy Captain Make It Happen. How you doing, man? Nice to see you. New Menium's in the house. How you doing, buddy? Christopher David is here. Let's see who else is in the house. Kenneth Kennelty. How you doing, guys? Let's see. Peter White's in the house. So he's in Ontario enjoying minus 21 degree weather. 21 degrees Celsius. That's crazy cold. My goodness. Brian Brennicke's in the house. How you doing, man? Let's see. Who else? Chris Beaton's here. Steven Sussman is here. Michael Hassett is here. Jim Shannon is here. How you doing, my friend? Who else we got here? Carl H is in the house. Mike Snook, how you doing, buddy? Brandon Weiss, Michael Hassett, Richie Z, Buds, the animated series. Very cool to see you, man. Eric Waits in the house. Thank you so much for coming in, Eric. Let's see. Graham Young is here. Nice. Wow, he's drinking on a lot of Bookers tonight. Very good for this this cold weather. Let's see. My Bourbon Journey. What's going on? How you doing, Scotty? Thanks for coming in, buddy. Joe Green's here. How you doing, buddy? Thomas S. D. Willett. People are coming in. All right. Awesome. So guys, for those of you who don't know really the setup tonight, what we're doing is Whiskey Ace, who actually has his own YouTube channel. He was chosen as for my 1,000 subscriber kind of appreciation night to come on and do a blind tasting. So I sent him five different drams, to blind taste. He has no idea what they are. Obviously, I do. So he's going to blind taste them. I'm going to go through them tonight and see. You guys will see at the end exactly what I sent him and what he picks first. Should be pretty cool. We're still waiting on him to come in. Can't see. Let's see. I see some of my bourbon. Oh, how you doing, Sean? How you doing, Swan? Nice to see you, man. Thanks for coming in. Let's see. All right, very cool. Yeah, so I sent him this really kind of cool kit with the 5 drams in there. Sent him a shirt. Sent him a little cool little letter to say thank you for supporting the channel. So just waiting for him to come in here. I did want to mention, guys, for let's see. So this week, I was able to, and I mentioned this on my channel a couple times. I was able to get to Woodford Reserve on Monday and shoot a really amazing interview with Elizabeth McCall, the master distiller. She was absolutely just genius, amazing, so gracious. It was really cool. So yeah, we had a good time. She was awesome. I think hey, Whiskey Ace, is that you?
That's me. Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah, but can't see you just yet.
Oh, all right. Can you hear me though?
I can hear you. We can't see you though.
Oh, my bad. I forgot to move it.
Hey, there he is. Now I kind of see you.
Yeah, I'm just kind of.
You setting up?
Yeah, I meant to be here 15 minutes ago. My bad, man.
That's okay. No, just get set up. So yeah, I did the interview with Elizabeth McCall. I'm working on putting that together. It's a lot of editing, a lot of B-roll, and some other stuff that I shot. So I'm going to be editing that, and it has to be cleared by Woodford Reserve before I could post it. So I'm really looking forward to sharing that with you guys because the wealth of knowledge she has about sensory and different ways to taste whiskey and get different notes out of it. I asked her a lot about that. So she worked at the Brown Forman Sensory Department for years. So she knows her stuff. So we dove into that a little bit of her history. So it's going to be really cool. So, all right. Well, Whiskey Ace is in the house. You all set up, buddy?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm going to start pouring the whiskeys.
All right, yeah. So why don't you show everyone the little box I sent you? So this is what yeah, this is what I sent Whiskey Ace.
Yeah, this is a really cool setup we got here.
Yeah. So I sent, yeah. So I sent my little box. So in there is so in there is where you'll find the drams, and you're gonna pour them A through E, just like they're labeled, buddy.
Okay.
All right, perfect. Kenneth, I could use the help. Hey, Bourbon Satan's in the house. How you doing? How you doing, Chris? Oh, he's at work. Hey, no worries, Chris. Dan the Man Trout's in the house. Say hi to Dan the Man, everybody. Thanks for coming in. One other thing I wanted to mention, guys, while Whiskey Ace is getting set up. So for those of you, as you know, I mentioned this a couple weeks. I'm going to be doing kind of a blend-to-get-in challenge. That's what I'm calling it, blend-to-get-in. For those of you out there that have any sort of bourbon blends or whiskey blends that you want to send in, doing a little contest. I'm going to kind of blind taste them and see which one comes out on top, and winner will get a nice little prize pack from me, including that cool little flask that I mentioned. So one of you guys will get to win this, whoever has, so they can take this home and drink your blend out of it. It should be pretty fun. So the only rules that I want to give you guys for the blend. So first of all, if you have a blend, you want to send them in. If you don't have my contact info already, if you're not connected to me on Instagram or Twitter yet, leave a comment down in the comment section of this video. Just say I have a blend to send you, and I'll connect with you, and we'll work out the details. The only thing I ask of you guys is to let me know what the proof is in your blend, because if some come in a little bit on the lower end, if some come in a little bit on the higher end, I might want to split those up, just because, you know, putting a 90 proof blend against a 120 proof blend won't really be too fair. So this way, if I have to break it up by proof, I can do it that way. So yeah, so I'm excited to get that started. We're going to give you guys about 2 weeks to get your blends in. So I'm hoping not next Wednesday, but the Wednesday after. That's when, hopefully, if I get some blends these next 2 weeks, that's when we'll sit down and we'll do it. So should be pretty fun. What's going on in the chat? Here we go, guys. Let's see. My bourbon journey at the Match and Run. Who runs the marketing department? Oh, Scott, you're talking about Woodford Reserve? Yeah, it's just Brown Foreman. Let's see. Who else we got in here? Chad Holly, I love the idea of blind samples tonight. Any particular theme with them, or is he in for some variety? So, yeah, Whiskey Ace, you're definitely in for some variety tonight. I threw in some of my favorites that I have, and I also threw in a couple of curveballs. So it should be pretty fun.
Yeah, man. I wanted to say thanks for everything you're doing, and I think you're doing a great job with your channel.
I appreciate that, man.
A little package with a T-shirt and everything.
Oh, you got the T-shirt? Good. All right, so have a seat, get comfortable, and we'll get started. Now, I poured them also with you. Well, for those of you that know Whiskey Ace, he has a name. His name is John. I keep calling Whiskey Ace. John, you have a channel, don't you?
I posted. Yeah, I've only done a few little like goofy videos here and there, just kind of like commentary about like whatever I was drinking with a friend of mine or somebody.
Okay. Hey, there's the shirt. You planning on more content, or are you just kind of keeping it? You kind of working on stuff?
Maybe like occasionally. I've been thinking about doing this for a while, but just kind of got slow, like actually getting the ball rolling. Then I started watching your channel, and I was just like, seems like it's kind of getting saturated now with a lot of reviewers. And
yeah,
I'm not gonna be as like focused as some of the other guys when I post things. You know, like your shows. I think you know, post a lot of good, or you give a lot of good information like about the brands, and then you also do a good tasting afterwards, which I think is good for the viewer. Like, I don't think I would see myself doing that personally.
Mm-hmm.
But I like your shows are really informative, and
I I appreciate that, John. That's
I know I like the little, like when you go into just a little bit of info about the distillery or whatever, the brand right before. I think that's nice for the viewer.
Yeah, that was one of the things I wanted to do to kind of set me a little bit apart. I love the nerdy side of bourbon, how it's made, where it comes from, the people behind it. So I thought it'd be a cool thing to integrate into the channel. Let's see. Oh, my bourbon journey. Oh, the fancy package you sent. Yes, yeah, I put that together for him, Scotty. All right, so are we ready to taste, John?
Aye.
All right, John's ready. So start with A here, and we're going to run through it. Just basically, I guess we'll run through what you're kind of smelling, some of your tasting notes, and then after that, after we go through them, I guess you could kind of rank them from A to E, and then we'll reveal what's what. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Now, you want me to go down the line, kind of like you do with your blind?
Yeah, sounds good. I have those same whiskeys poured with you. So, and while you're tasting and giving notes, I'll keep an eye on the chat if anyone has any questions. All right.
I think I know what A is already, by the way.
You do?
Because I'm ace.
Because you're ace. Very well played, sir. Very well played.
I might not get it to the T, but I'm pretty.
Okay.
I have a good idea with that.
Hey, this is why we do blinds. Let's see if you're the ace in the hole, buddy.
This is really fun.
All right. So on A, what do you get on the nose here?
Oh. Well, like I said, I already know what it is, but I wanted to do a review about this one. If it's the one I think that I'm pretty sure. I thought of a flavor note as purple, which it doesn't make sense because that you don't know what purple tastes like. But like I guess that's my synesthesia working when I get that flavor. It's more like peanuts and.
Yeah, I could see peanut on there. Absolutely.
And there's like a kind of like lighter, like kind of delicate ness about it. I kind of cheated because I took a little sip, so.
All right.
I wanted to get on the line.
I'll take a sip with you. This will be the first dram of the night. Cheers, guys. Here we go. First dram of the night. Hey, we got a super chat from Dan Trout. Thank you so much, Dan.
We're getting that kind of like toasted barrel finish, so it's some kind of Michter's.
Oh, you're already throwing out guesses. All right. So I just want to I want to hit my super chat symbol here for Dan Trout. Oh man, I hope that wasn't too loud.
That was pretty good. I did the roll and you got the.
Yeah, that was perfect. All right, so already A, you're saying toasted oak, chocolatiness. I get a ton of on A. I get a ton of like baking type spices on here. It's very spicy to me, like ginger almost.
Okay. Yeah, I can't. I almost want to say it might be like. It might not be the toasted barrel finish rye. It might just be the rye or something.
Okay.
Definitely getting that Michter's vibe though.
All right. So do you like? What do you think of A on the palate? You like it?
Oh, definitely.
All right, good. Yeah, it's when you say toasted oak and different types of oak flavors, you're kind of on the right path. So. I think on that part you're starting off real good. So,
by the way,
yeah,
were you going to reveal like any information, like how many bourbon versus rye, etc., or am I just going to be completely blind here?
You're completely blind.
Okay, no problem. Yeah, so it could be like one of the like toasted bourbons, I guess.
Yeah, you're not. I mean, you're in the right ballpark, I would say, as far as toasted bourbons. So
no, the last sip I took, I kind of changed my mind though about what it was.
There you go. Yeah, it's always the first sip's always going to light up your palate. Oh, Monica Wilson's guessing Michter's toasted. Hey, Mike Snook came in with a super chat. Thanks again, Mike. $4.99. I really appreciate that, guys. Mike Snook gets Cymbal crash. I'm just using that till I get my gong.
Nice.
What's
the bottle with the president right there behind you?
Oh, this is Lincoln Straight Bourbon Whiskey. This is from Boundary Oak Distillery. This is a very small distillery in Kentucky. This was a special release they did. I think this is cask strength, this one, 115 proof. So you wanted to try that one. And when I was in Woodford Reserve, I bought a couple bottles of the double oaked, which I never tried yet. So pretty cool stuff. All right. Are you on to B yet, or are you still slipping on A?
I'm fine with moving to B.
All right. Yeah. Go to B now. I never tried yet. So pretty cool stuff. All right. Are you on to B yet, or are you still slipping on A?
I'm fine with moving to B.
Okay. Is your sound on? Sorry.
Sorry about that. I was getting the chat up.
Oh, okay. Yeah. All right. You start nosing B. I'm going to see what's going on in the chat here. So Peter White's guessing maybe Old Forester 1910. Let's see here. No hints. Yeah, no hints.
B is definitely the kind of like monkey wrench of the group, I think.
Yeah, B I threw in there to definitely give you a curveball.
It almost smells like some kind of like polymer or like turpentine.
Yeah, I could see that a little.
I don't know. This is strange.
Isn't it crazy different on the nose?
Yeah, this is a lot different than the last one.
The notes that I was able to pick out when I first had this whiskey was definitely super floral, and also a lot of corn and apple. I'm sorry, corn and orange.
From the nose or from the palate?
From the nose. It was almost like a creamsicle to me on the nose a little bit. If you really open it up and kind of waft it around, it'll start opening up a little bit for you.
I did get a big vanilla note on the first on A.
Oh yeah, there's a big vanilla note on A, absolutely.
By the way.
Yeah, so B is definitely a little bit of a curveball.
And are there any? Well, I don't know. You don't have to answer, but are there any craft things in the mix?
No, this is not craft. This is all brand name, big name stuff. So
it doesn't smell like that, but
yeah. Yeah. Okay. So if I had to give you a hint, none of the 5 whiskeys I gave you are craft distilleries of any sort.
Well, it sounded like you said crap.
crap. I mean, sometimes that happens.
No, I actually did get kind of like a rye kind of note to this one just now.
Okay, yeah.
Kind of like a baking spice, kind of rye sort of.
Yeah, man, definitely. Absolutely. Hey, Whiskey Dick's in the house. How you doing, man? Thanks for coming in, Bill. Whiskey Dick is here. He has arrived.
I can actually smell some of the wood spice too. Yeah,
there's definitely a big oak flavor in there.
It's weird that it started. I don't get the whatever like chemical thing anymore.
Yeah. As soon as it opens up, it really a lot of different flavors come out of this whiskey. It's really unique, and like you said, it's kind of a Frankenstein.
Well, it almost smells like coffee, which is really bizarre.
That's an interesting note. I don't think I've ever really picked up coffee on there. Let me see.
This glass is clean. I don't know.
You drink coffee out of a Glencairn? All right, let's go to the palate. Here we go. Cheers.
Cheers.
Yeah, I love that stuff.
Oh, wow. Okay, so there's definitely a little bit of spice that hits you right away immediately, and then I get a big sweetness afterwards. It's almost got like a Jim Beam-esque Booker's vibe almost, but I don't think that's what it is.
I'm writing down some of your guesses here.
Yeah, I'm getting a sort of Jim Beam family from that first taste.
Okay. It's just very, I get it just now that it's, I mean, this bottle's opened up on me a little bit, and the orange flavor I get in here is just, it just smacks me right in the palate. I get a lot of orange. I don't know about you, but I get a lot of orange spice.
It kind of reminds me of Little Book, but I'm not really wanting to say that's what it is.
All right. I'm still not saying anything.
There's one thing I was going to ask you.
Yeah, go for it.
Are there any that like you've had open for like kind of quite a while, like over 3 months or something?
Let me see. Only one of them have been open for about one of them has been open for about a month. That's actually the longest one that was open.
Oh, so they're pretty okay.
Yeah, they're pretty new, but they're definitely this one that you're sipping now has been open the longest. So, and I've actually made probably the biggest dent in this one, if I had to tell you that much. So that's why it's definitely opened up. It did not taste like this when I first opened it, so it's really opened up nicely.
Yeah, that's why I was wondering about that, just because like sometimes with these blinds, or even at like a bar, like if you don't see the bottle,
yeah,
you could drink it like in the beginning of the year and then try it again 6 months later, and it could taste completely different.
Yeah. Let's see, Whiskey Dick. I just got done with a run. What about to take a shower? But instead, I'll just sit here and smell like Woodford Reserve malt whiskey. Hey, Bill, that's one of my favorite. I really enjoy that malt whiskey. It's really good from Woodford Reserve, definitely. Dan Trout is drinking Blanton straight from the barrel. Very cool. Carlos Ramos is drinking Blanton's tonight. Always a good choice. Captain Make It Happen said, "Don't judge a man's coffee drinking preference. You don't know his life." No, I'm not judging, man. If you want to drink coffee out of Glencairn, man, that's rock star right there.
I would only do an espresso that way, personally.
Oh yes, yeah, definitely an espresso out of it. Yeah, I'd be interested to nose an espresso out of a Glencairn and see what notes I get out of it. It's like, oh yeah, it smells like coffee. All right, let's go to 3. I'm really curious to get your kind of your reaction to 3 here. So let's go to
3. So now I'm already back where I was in the beginning again, but with the nose this time, not the palate.
Yeah. You're gonna wanna really swirl this one around and open it up. But yeah. Let me ask you this before we go forward. On A, what do you think kind of the proof was on A, if you had to guess?
Well, you did give me one hint. You said it was going to step up from here. So,
yeah,
it's in the at least 45 to 50 range.
Okay. And what about the second one? Where do you think they are proof-wise?
I don't know that. I wouldn't say it was 40, the A. B. B is, it might be. It could be Little Book. Maybe there's some batch variants. I have no idea. I've only had the one bottle.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
But I don't really. Awesome. It's not exactly that. I don't know. You've had batch 1, right?
Correct.
That one kind of smacks you in the face, especially when you first open the bottle.
It does. Hey, Whiskey Dick just did a super chat. Thank you so much, Bill. I really appreciate that a lot. I'm sure you guys know all about Bill's channel, but if you haven't, go check out the Whiskey Dick. Does great stuff. And this is for you, Bill. All right. Got to choke that real quick. It's loud. All right. So what are you getting on letter C?
There's like that big vanilla kind of like, it seems like there's some kind of corn, but I almost want to say it could be rye.
Yeah, this has one of the most unique noses that I've had in a long time. So that's why I wanted to throw this one in here.
I think this is Michter's Toasted Barrel Rye.
So you're saying C is the Michter Toasted Barrel Rye?
I feel like it's one of the I think it's this one, actually.
That's awesome. Yeah, this has a this particular whiskey has a very, very unique nose flavor profile. Wait till you taste it. It's pretty unique. It's really amazing. I love this stuff.
The nose on A is really opened up in the last like 5 minutes.
Yes. Yeah. The more A, I'm telling you, when you go back to A later, you're gonna smell. Well, I'm not gonna tell you what you're gonna smell, but it's gonna really open up a ton of different flavor notes. Oh, Whiskey Dick, he came in with another one. He wants a dong. All right, Whiskey Dick. Bill, another super chat. Thank you. I'm going to hit the bell here. Oh, geez, that was loud. Sorry, guys. Thanks, Bill. Appreciate it. So
I get a little bit of wood spice on the nose.
Let's see. We have a couple of guesses. Kenneth Kennelty, Lot 40 cast strength. Someone saying Knob Creek cast strength.
Oh, I forgot about Lot 40. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know that I've tasted that yet.
Are you sold that it's a rye, or where do you think you're going with this one?
We're on C. I think this could be Michter's Toasted Barrel Rye.
Okay. Like I said, I'm writing down your guesses. So,
I meant to clean the glasses a little better, actually. But that's what I think this is. I'll probably be wrong.
All right, I'm gonna go for a sip, guys. All right, cheers, cheers, John. Oh yeah. I love that stuff. What do you think?
Oh wait, I just had a memory from that. Hold on. I definitely got like it jogged my memory on that sip. So
yeah, take your time with it.
I'm thinking it's shit. Could be Four Roses. I don't think it's Michter's now, or I don't think it's the Toasted Rye.
Yeah. Yeah, some of this, like I said, I wanted to pick some stuff that had really unique noses and flavor profiles. This particular whiskey is just all over the place. The minute I opened it, it's definitely a special bottle. I love it. So yeah, I'm glad you're liking it.
Yeah, it kind of envelopes your mouth right away, and then kind of smoothly goes down your palate.
Streamy mouth coating, absolutely.
Finish is pretty long though.
Very long. What would you guess the proof on this one to be?
I mean, this one could be like 55, 57%, something like that.
You're right in the ballpark, buddy. Good job with that one. Let's see what do we got going on the chat here. It looks too light for Michter's Toasted. That's what Peter White's saying.
Oh yeah, I've nixed that since tasting it.
Yeah. So I just saw that Eric Waite and Bill from Whiskey Deck, they're going to be going live tomorrow. They're going to be doing a live together tomorrow. So looking forward to that, guys. So everyone tune into that. Erica, what time are you guys going live tomorrow? If I missed it, just kind of mention it. Let's see. All right. Oh, take care, Bill. If you're still here, let me know. Let me know when you're going live tomorrow night. Awesome. We got 58 watching. Very cool. All right, let's go to letter D. I'm really excited for you to nose this one. So, this is probably one of my favorites. One of my favorites.
It might be the darkest, actually, of the bunch.
Yeah, it actually is the darkest. So, did you pour that one out yet?
Oh wow, that's a great nose.
Isn't that an amazing nose?
I get like a lot of like peanut. That's really nice.
Yeah.
This one I almost want to say I don't think I've had before.
Yeah, this is all oak, caramel, cinnamon. It's
huge
got
peanut.
Yeah, huge peanut flavor, roasted nuts, like honey roasted nuts.
When I was heading home today, I wanted to nose every glass and pretend like they're all like a Pappy variant, just to. But I didn't get to that anyway.
Yeah, no, I don't own any Pappy, so I'm sorry to disappoint you.
No, completely as a joke.
Yeah.
No, this dude. Honestly, there's so many things that are better than Pappy. Whatever. Let's not go down that wormhole.
Oh no, listen, I'll be happy to go down the wormhole any day of the week because I totally there with you. But this particular whiskey that we're nosing right now, I would probably take over Pappy any day of the week.
Okay, so the proof is maybe like 59%, 60 to 64%. It could be Elijah Craig.
Okay.
And I didn't mess up and taste this yet. So.
Oh, you didn't? All right, well, let's go in for the taste because I really want you to have a sip of this one. So cheers. Woo. I love that stuff.
Okay, yeah, this one seems like it's over 60%.
Let's see. Buds is having I just your blind whiskey reviews came in. This is awesome. Thanks for coming in, John. Buds the animated series. All right, F it. I'm going to have a pour of my Weller 107. I'm hoarding it. Impossible to find in Southern California. Man, do it, Buds. Absolutely. Have a pour of it with us. Graham Young just sent a super chat. Work calls me back. Thanks, Jason. Appreciate it, Graham. And you get a Kindle crash. Thank you so much, buddy. I appreciate it. Thanks, Graham.
Now, are you doing any water droplets, or you just neat here?
I'm doing neat because I've had these with water. The only one I would actually add water to is this one and the last one because the others, the water kind of kills the A, B, and C. If you wanted to add any water, I would suggest it with D and E, only because I don't want you to ruin the other three whiskeys. just based on my flavor profile. But I just like taking mine neat, obviously, as you guys know. But yeah, some pretty I think D and E could definitely handle a little bit of water if you want to open it up a little bit. But
I'm gonna get a glass of water real quick.
Yeah, go for it. I'll check out the chat. Jim Shannon, choke that symbol. Yes, exactly. I will. Moose is saying ECBP C918. I don't know, man. Amy W. Thanks for coming in, Amy. I appreciate it. She's got to go. Let's see. Hey, Doug Crisop. Doug Crisop, thank you so much. $10. He loves blind tastings and loves what I'm doing. I really appreciate that, Doug. I appreciate you for coming in, supporting the channel. I'm going to give you a really nice bell hit and a choke. Ready? Woo, that's loud. Thanks again, Doug. Really appreciate it. Let's see. Mike Snook, I've only seen. Okay. Buds, Weller 107 is such a distinct caramel red apple for me. Buds, that's a very astute assessment, my friend. Definitely a lot of caramel, some apple in there. I get a lot of cinnamon and cherry too on Weller 107, which is one of my favorite notes I get.
Took a quig.
You took a quig. See, I always think when you take a real quig, you got to go get water, then come back also with water and pizza.
Yeah, this one was nice on that first sip, man, and the nose actually.
Yeah, this is one of the best all around whiskeys.
I'm about 99% sure it's a bourbon.
Yeah. Well, let's see.
It's so rich.
isn't it? It's just so mouth coating.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah, it's got
and the balance is really nice, actually.
Yeah, it's pretty perfect. It doesn't really get too much better than this, but you haven't sipped E yet, so I'm not going to say anything. So John, tell us a little bit about yourself. Where are you from?
I actually grew up in the South, and I moved here about a decade ago in the Northeast, and I live in the Pittsburgh area.
Oh, Pittsburgh, cool. I was just in Pittsburgh a couple weeks ago. I loved it there.
What were you up to?
I was there for a work conference. We were staying right in the heart of Pittsburgh, right near where the Steelers play, right next to Heinz Field. So
North Shore.
Yeah. So it was. I tell you, I really loved Pittsburgh. You know, I expected a very, you know, I don't want to say like dingy, but I don't know, just kind of the facade of it. You know, what people kind of think of Pittsburgh is, you know, tough, hardworking town, which is very true. But the buildings and the architecture there, everything was just beautiful there. Nice, clean city. I really like Pittsburgh.
It's a little grimy, but like some of the buildings are old, and especially like around the winter.
Yeah,
you know, and like the kind of like row housey vibe, and there's a lot of like hills. So
yeah, I mean, I love that it's surrounded by the three rivers. I mean, it's beautiful. I thought it was beautiful. A really nice city. Really liked it a lot. I went to a really cool bar there.
You remember what it's called?
Yeah, I'm trying to think of the name now. The Butcher. What the heck was it?
Butcher and the Rye.
That's it. Butcher and the Rye. They had a sick. They had a sick whiskey collection.
Were you sitting at the bar, or did they hand you the iPad?
I went upstairs and was sitting down and had the iPad, and I was in there for hours trying to pick out. They had the most amazing collection of Willet that I'd ever seen in my life.
Oh, I haven't been there recently. That's cool.
They had about 10 to 12 different bottles of very old aged Willet, rye, and bourbon, and it was incredible. So
okay.
Yeah. Let's see here. What do we got here? Christine Dean. Christine Deans is here. If I didn't say hi to you, Christine, how you doing? Nice to come. Thanks for coming in and watching. I really appreciate it. Monica Willits absolutely loves Pittsburgh. Christopher David said nice. Another PA resident. So I think Christopher David is a PA resident as well. Butcher and Rye rocks. Yeah. Primanti Brothers. Michael Hassett. Yeah, I ate there, dude. So Primanti Brothers. I had the cap and egg.
Okay.
So this is the Capicola.
That's the Capicola is the one I always go for.
Yeah, so it's the Capicola with a fried egg, a stack of French fries, and their slaw and their toasted bread on the sandwich. It was one of the greatest things I had ever put in my mouth, and it was amazing.
When you're Italian, you got to get the Capicola.
Yeah, the Capicola, or as a lot of Italians say, they call it the Gabagoo. The Gabagoo. Nobody likes to enunciate; they just say Gabagoo.
There's probably half a dozen Italian stores here.
Yeah. I noticed when I was there. I saw a lot of Italian shops. So,
but yeah, if you ever come back, man, just let me know. I'll give you some pointers of some other whiskey bar and a couple restaurants to check out.
Yeah, absolutely. So, all right. So, what do you think of D overall? I really like it.
It's great. I almost want to say this might be the Four Roses. I don't know.
Which Four Roses? Do you have one in mind?
It's really centered. I mean, some kind of private select.
Yeah. Okay.
But I don't know. You know, could be wrong. Like those all taste different. You know, they're all single barrels and.
Yeah, that's what I love about Four Roses. I'm in the middle of trying to collect a private select bottle of every yeast strain.
That would be cool.
I want to do a video where I taste them all. See which one I like the best.
Have you ever had like several next to each other? They're like all over the place.
The most I've had next to each other is 4, and they were all, when you try them next to each other, they're very distinctly different. But when you have one, have one just alone, you could, I mean, once you know it's Four Roses in your head, there are some similarities there. But when you have them next to each other, all 4, they're very different. They were very different. My favorite right now that I've had is the OBSK. That's my favorite. The OESK is a close second, and then There's a couple I haven't had yet that I'm trying to get my hands on, but yeah, OESV are really good. You know, there's OESQ, some really good ones.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't really had a bad one, but
yeah,
I think if you have a preference towards like a certain kind of flavor profile, that would.
I tend to like the K's because I like the spice that's in the K's that's on the finish. It's really good. So so John, yeah, again, thanks for coming on. I really appreciate it. Thanks for volunteering. I'm glad you got picked. I'm glad you're enjoying this, and I just want to say thanks again. You're doing a great job. Thanks.
Hey, thanks a lot, and congratulations on the thousands of subs. But I see you've skyrocketed to 1,700 or so now.
Yeah, by the time I started, I'm almost at 2, which is kind of cool. But you know, I mean, it took a couple weeks to get it together, so it was you know, it's still. I still look back on hitting 1,000 as like a major milestone. So it's, you know, I love it. So, all right, let's go into E, because this one I'm really excited for you to nose and try. So let's get into E here. You definitely want to open this one up a little bit.
The nose is a little bit muted from the other several before this.
Yeah, you got to definitely spin it around, because when you do, the nose is going to really come at you.
Okay, I kind of get, that's weird. I got like almost want to say like orchard fruit, which I wouldn't normally get from a bourbon, I don't think.
Absolutely. There's a lot of orchard fruit in here, a lot of berries, a lot of dark fruits.
Yeah, that's an interesting nose. It's not like really, I wouldn't say it's spicy. It's more like fruity.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, and this one I probably never had. I mean, unless it's some kind of like birthday bourbon, like, because those are all over the place too.
Yeah, I just want to say hi really quick to the Party Source Reviews in the house, Jo. Thanks for coming in, Jonathan. Appreciate it.
I love those dudes.
Yeah, I just saw Jonathan at his store, Party Source, when I was there on Monday in Kentucky. So we tried some really cool stuff. So thanks for coming in, Jonathan. I really appreciate it. Yeah, you're totally right. On this nose, I tend to get a ton of cherry. I also get some kind of molasses in there too, a little bit. But it is very fruity and floral. A lot of berry. Maybe a hint of apple in there too.
Yeah, I kind of was thinking apple when
Yeah.
It just kind of like jumped out at me. I do get kind of that like caramel or maple syrup aspect, I guess.
Oh yeah, definitely. Hey, Santa Cruz's in the house. How you doing, buddy? Thanks for coming in, Santa. Appreciate it. Hey, Mr. Bill's here. I don't think I said hi to him yet. Thanks for coming in. Got 50 watching. Master Drum, what is that glass you're using? This is the Copita glass. Actually, Dan Trout had mentioned these glasses in the chat, and I got 4 of them, and they're some of the best nosing glasses I've had. And then when I just mentioned I went to Woodford, this is actually what they use to nose glasses. So, so this is the Copita glasses. They're really nice. It's kind of like a Glencairn with a stem. They're really nice glasses.
I have one that's similar. It's actually a beer tasting glass.
Oh, that's a really cool glass.
From North Carolina, but yeah, it's got this similar. It has a little bit of a focused nose, or whatever.
Yeah, you can see it kind of tapers slightly to the end there.
I do like sometimes I had these other glasses that were kind of like this, but even taller.
Oh, really?
And those are fun to drink out of, actually, because you could really it felt like it focused it even better than a Glencairn almost.
So it's kind of like a Pilsner glass with a stem a little bit?
Like kind of like that, but a lot thinner and a long stem. And I don't know. I guess the reason like Bart from STDs likes the stem is because you get like it's weighted different than a Glencairn, I guess.
Yeah.
That's why I like them. Get a different grip of the glass.
Yeah. I mean, some of these Copitas the ones I have are a little bit on the cheaper side, but the ones Woodford Reserve had were really nice. So
how do you like the glass you had last week on your I guess it was maybe a live stream last week, kind of like looks like a tulip?
Yeah, those are the Tribeca glasses. I really like those as well, but because it's a little bit more open, I wasn't getting as distinctive a nose as I get on a Glencairn or the Copita glasses. So I did like them though. I feel like they're a little bit easier to drink out of actually because it doesn't really taper as much. So I do like those glasses. They all have their different attributes.
I'm almost getting like a cherry cola on the nose now.
Oh, totally, man. Totally cherry cola. Totally. That's a really good call out because that mixture of cherry molasses can totally come through as cherry cola.
The nose is sort of, I guess you could say it's opened up from like 3 minutes ago.
Yeah.
And changed.
Once this one opens up, you'll start to notice some baking spices in there. If you really kind of stick your nose in and take a deep breath, obviously with your mouth open so you don't fry your nostrils, you'll start getting some spices too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's definitely some alcohol heat.
Yeah, there's some heat in there. Absolutely.
But it's not too crazy.
No, it's not. Yeah, it's actually it drinks a lot smoother than it smells because it is pretty potent. So let's go on the palate, buddy. Ready? Cheers. Yeah. Last dram. Hey, everyone's in the house. How you doing, everyone? I love this stuff.
I don't even really know if I want to guess. I mean, that was just it's so good. I don't want to like throw out of these random guesses anymore.
Yeah, it's really good stuff, isn't it?
This one's, yeah, I mean, both of these they're different, but the concentrated sweet flavors are a little more than the previous three.
Yeah, these are the flavors in this one are super concentrated. And the reason why I wanted you to try these two, so D and E kind of back to back, was obviously, as you know, they're both higher proof, but the difference that you can get in a higher proof whiskey or a higher proof, whatever it may be, how you can get such distinct flavor profiles. Like you were saying, D was super nutty. It was a lot very oaky. It had a good balance, whereas this one, cherry cola, but on the palate, it kind of just gets you with so many other flavors. It's pretty amazing. Let's see. So going to the chat here. Chad Holly says Jack Daniel's barrel proof. I got cherry cola all on that one. Chad Holly, yeah, a lot of people do get cherry cola on that.
I feel like there's got to be some Russell's Reserve in this mix.
Mm-hmm.
Just because I know that we're both into that.
I love Russell's Reserve.
And I know you love it. You probably didn't know that I did, but
I did not know you love Russell's Reserve. So yeah,
I'm not really saying that's what this is, but I feel like it had to be in the mix somewhere. And those are the Pappy Crushers, just saying.
Right, yeah, totally, man. Yeah.
Don't tell them.
Some even the Four Roses Private Selects I would take over Pappy any day of the week. So
totally. It's cool that, I mean, we're like kind of close enough too, like where we just kind of swoop down there and grab a couple bottles or whatever.
Yeah.
And it sucks for people. I don't know. It's like, you watch these like videos where people are in Scotland and you're like, man, I don't get any of that stuff. But it's kind of like we're like in the place where we can get this great bourbon at least, and not have to necessarily rely on like a lottery.
Yeah, there's so much bourbon out there now. There's so much good stuff to try and to drink. It's,
I'm excited to find out what this is.
Yeah. Did you take another sip?
Yes.
Yeah, take another sip because you're going to even find more flavor the more you sip on it. It's amazing.
I mean, this one's really balanced as well. Like, both of these almost seem like Four Roses, but I don't think they both are. I don't know.
Let's see. Jim Shannon said Russell's equals Pappy Crusher. Love it. Yeah.
I think so. Well, only certain Russells.
Yeah, certain Russells, not all Russells. So some of the picks,
yeah,
you can definitely take over a Pappy, but not the. I wouldn't take the regular Russells over a Pappy, but some of those Russells picks are pretty stellar. So, definitely. All right, so it's 10:20. So we've been on for about an hour 20. I'm sorry, about let's see, almost an hour. So what would you? So before we do the reveal here, why don't you kind of think about it a little bit? Give your ranking. What do you think as far as A, B, C, D, E? Where would you put first to fifth?
You mean like just for my preference?
For your preference, what did you think was the best? I mean, I know they're all pretty good, but if you had to pick one, your favorite, your first, second, third, fourth, fifth place, what would it be?
Man, B smells a lot different now.
I told you, yeah, B's a Frankenstein.
I think I would say D and E are my favorites. But
D and E, you said?
Yeah, like D has a really unique. It could even be like a Willet or something. I don't know, because those are usually sourced. Trying to think.
All right, so for first place, are you going with D or E? What do you think? He's having a hard time.
That one's pretty spicy.
I don't blame you. They're both amazing. So,
definitely D and E are my top picks.
Okay.
I would say that E is a little bit like it's not as hot as D is a little hotter than E.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I'm okay with that. So, but I'm liking E right now. Let's just say that's my top.
All right.
4.
All right. I can't wait for you to find out what these are. So. All right, guys, you ready for everyone in the chat? Ready for the reveal? So I'll do D. I'll do E last because that's your favorite. I'll do D as your second place. I'll just run through A, B, and C right now, and just to kind of let you know what they are. Right?
Okay.
All right. So A, this was the one that you had first. You had first guessed that this was a Michter's Toasted, but then you changed your mind on it. This one is. This is a Maker's Mark Private Select.
Oh, yeah, those are great too.
Yeah. I think these are highly underrated. This one is, if you look on the back, this one has 4 French Cuvée and 3 toasted French spice staves in it.
Yeah, now that I go back to it, I can totally see how that would. Those extra staves they throw in there definitely kind of.
Yeah.
In another direction that normal bourbon wouldn't have.
It's got such an amazing flavor profile. It's butterscotchy, it's toasty, it's buttery. I absolutely love that particular one. The thing with Maker's Mark Private Selects, though, that's tough is they could be so all over the place. So if any of you guys have come across one, you'd see if you could taste it before you buy it because they mix so many things together in there, but some of them are absolutely amazing. So
did you know the BU stave or something like that?
The BU stave. Yeah, I haven't tried any of that, but I know there's one of these out there that someone just put all roasted French mocha staves in it, and it tasted like chocolate coffee.
Yeah, I think I've sampled something similar to that.
Yeah. All right, so let's go to letter B. This is the one that you guessed. Let's see. So you said it was kind of a Jim Beam funk. You said it had a Booker's vibe, possibly a Little Book.
It's also very medicinal and like chemical.
Yeah. Also, would you say polyurethane?
Yeah.
You were spot on, Whiskey Ace. This is Little Book 2.
Oh, did I call that?
You called. Well, I don't know if you meant 2 or 1, but it's Little Book 2. This is the No Simple Task. This is the one that has 40-year-old corn whiskey in it.
I don't think I said it was 2, but I was thinking it was 2 when I was smelling it or tasting it.
Yep.
And then later we started talking about it, and I mentioned Little Book. But yeah, so I think I did pretty good on that. I've never had this one. So that's pretty good.
Man, that's you get maximum points for that. You got that's the whiskey ace in you, buddy.
I've only had Little Book 1.
Oh, so wow, so really, so you picked it out. That's amazing, man.
I mean, that was pretty close. I don't know. I wasn't like, this is Little Book 2, but I was like thinking about it because I've read a lot of reviews and it has like this kind of, it's kind of like one that gets a lot mixed review actually for it. Like a lot of people,
it's
some
very
people don't like it.
It's very, very mixed reviews because it's, like I said, it's such a Frankenstein that it's hard to get a grip on it. But I feel like for the people that really can get on and hold on to those flavors of it, you really enjoy it. It's got some great flavors to it, but it's a little off-putting because it's so different. So it really depends on what you like.
Yeah, this is the one that has the 40-year-old Canadian stuff in it.
Exactly. It's got 40-year-old Canadian corn whiskey in it. But then it's also got rye it's got the rest of it is a Canadian rye, and then the rest of it is probably just Knob Creek rye because it's from Beam.
What kind of tipped me off about it is somebody that reviewed it said it smelled like pine sol, and so when I was nosing it, I started thinking this could be Little Book 2. And
there you go. Oh, so yeah.
I wasn't quite ready to like call it out, but
yeah, I would get pine sol on there.
It's definitely not a normal nose.
It's not a normal nose at all. When I first nosed it, it totally threw me off, and it's been changing every time I go back to it. It's very unique.
That's awesome. I'm really excited to get to try that.
All right, let's go to letter C. So this is the one you also may have said it was Michter's Toasted. This one was kind of all over the place.
Yeah, the nose is like Michter's, but I don't know. We'll see where you got.
All right, so letter C for me, which is probably one of the best whiskeys I've had in a while. This is the Lot 40 Cask Strength 11-year.
Whoa. Dude.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know what? I will admit something, Whiskey Ace. John, I wasn't going to include this at first, and then when you were in the chat last week, you had said, oh, I really want to try that, so I threw that in for you.
I was giving you a hint.
Yeah, exactly. You were sending me vibes.
What? So I don't know what did I do? Did you not give a note for what I said about this one?
Yeah, you said this was. You said you thought it was maybe Michter's Toasted, but it had a.
Wow.
You guessed it was a rye, but you didn't think it was a toasted rye. You said it was. You thought it was the Michter's, the regular barrel strength rye. That's what you had guessed.
Okay, yeah, I'm definitely getting. I mean, it's definitely a rye.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow. Yeah, awesome. that was a good call, and you were pretty much spot on with the proof points that you guessed. You were pretty damn close.
I don't even usually think about that when I'm.
Yeah, the first three, you were like just under what your guesses were. The Maker's Mark Private Select is 111.7. The Little Book 2 is 118.8. And the Lot 40 Cask Strength comes in at 58.4%. So you were close.
They're all pretty. Oh, so there's no 45 percenters.
No, there's no 45 percenters in there. But
because I kind of maybe thought the first one would be real low. I don't know.
Well, that's because it drinks definitely not like 111. So, all right. So let's go to your two favorites. We got D. This was the one that you guessed has a lot of caramel, a lot of oak, great balance. You really love this one. And I'm excited to show you that this is the Elijah Craig Bottle of Wow.
Okay, I think I might have kind of called that.
Yeah, I think, yeah, you did mention Elijah Craig Barrel Proof. This comes in at 139.4.
What batch is that?
This is, I want to say batch 11, I think it is. I think it's 11.
Is it like, is it from this year or last year or?
No, this one.
This is an older one.
Yeah, this is an older one. See the bottle. This is before they changed the labels.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. This one's got a lot more peanut than the newer variants, I would say.
Exactly.
That's crazy. I mean,
isn't that cool?
I was definitely getting that like kind of Elijah Craig vibe from it.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Wow. Yeah, especially when you like take a sip of it and it goes across your palate. But that's funny. I mean, I've had a few. I think I've had like one or two of the newer in the last year or so. the newer bottling.
Yep.
And they definitely didn't taste quite like this.
Yeah, absolutely. It's definitely a little bit different. I was wondering if you were going to maybe, I know we had talked and you said you like the high proof stuff. I was wondering if you were going to maybe pick up on that a little bit. I tend to, the last couple of years of the releases for Elijah Craig, I tend to lean towards the C batches because the C batches for me are a little bit closer to this. A is always a little bit super sweet. B is sweet with some oak, but then C for me, just the C batches are what B is, but amped up a little bit. I don't know why it's worked out that way for 2 years, but for me, that's what it is. So, all right, that brings us to your favorite dram of the night, which was letter E. You said this was cherry. You said this was
Russell's.
Yeah, you guessed Russell's.
I thought it was either Russell's or Four Roses. I don't know.
Russell's Four Roses. All right, drum roll. You guys ready? Here comes the letter E.
Whoa. Holy crap. Hey, thanks. Cheers.
Yeah, buddy. That's the William LaRue Weller from 2016. This comes in at 135.4 proof, 67.7%. So
yeah, this one's got a nice nose. It's a little more subtle than the other four, but
yeah, it drinks a lot lighter than the proof, but as it opens up, it's probably the best wheated bourbon I've ever had.
And I did say I never had this one, or I was like, I don't think I've had this.
Yeah,
I'm right. Never had it.
Yep.
This is the best of the BTAC, so they say.
So they say. The best. Actually, I mean, I had the George T. Stagg 2018, and that one was really good. But the Weller, the William LaRue Weller flavor profile for a wheater, to me, most people say wheater. Wheaters are very smooth, they're very easy, which is very true. But there's so much flavor in this William LaRue Weller bottle to be found. And remember, this is the 2016. It's a pretty high proof. The two releases after are a little bit lower, but it's an absolutely phenomenal dram. I love it, and I really wanted to send it to you as a thank you. So I'm glad you got to try it.
That's incredible. So does that one have the age statement? Like I heard some of them are like between 12 or 16 years or something.
Yeah. This one, it doesn't. Oh, this one. Oh, it just says age on the bottom. It doesn't say how long, but they're all the same general area. They're aged a little bit differently.
This is actually this one's a Pappy Crusher. All the BTACs.
So this one is aged 12 years and 7 months.
Okay, that's a good ballpark for me. I like the stuff in around the 10 to 12 usually.
Yep, absolutely.
That's awesome. Now that I know what it is, I can actually pull out the kind of like Buffalo Trace. I don't know if it's maybe it's the yeast. I can taste something that I recognize from when I tried Stag recently. Yeah, both Stags. I've had Stag Junior, and I got to try the 2018 BTAC Stag.
I say it a lot. There's this combination of vanilla, corn, and a toasted pecan flavor that I always pick on Buffalo Trace stuff. I don't normally get it in the wheaters, but I pick it up a lot on like the Colonel Taylor and stuff like that.
I do want to add that I've had a long day and I've been running around for like 10 hours.
Yeah.
And I literally got here like right when I clicked on this stream. So my head wasn't even at that I'd be drinking something like this. So, hey, dude, seriously, that was awesome.
No, I appreciate you coming on. Like I said, I really wanted to make this special for whoever came on and drink some really cool stuff. So really appreciate it. I want to call out Christopher David, he just sent a super chat for $10. Really appreciate it, man. Thank you so much. That's for you, buddy.
That's awesome.
Monica Willett says wheated needs longer aging, right? It depends, Monica. I think technically it's kind of aged longer, but one of my favorite whiskeys last year that I tried was the Wilderness Trail. That's a 4-year bottled and bond wheated bourbon, and it's absolutely delicious. I think if you do it right, if you know what you're doing, you can age it for 4 years and have an amazing wheated bourbon. But yeah, as you age it longer, it's gonna improve those cherry flavors, a cinnamon flavor that comes out in it. You'll definitely get some more baking spices the longer you age it. It's incredible.
So how long have you had that bottle of Elijah Craig?
I've only had it for probably since December.
So you just found it? You just happened to find it? Or?
Yeah, I walked into a liquor store and there it was on the shelf. Yep.
That's cool. Hey, I mean, you know, that kind of backs up the STDs. Like they're all about those older.
Absolutely.
BC Craig.
Yep. Jim Shannon says Wilderness Trail's a sweet mash. It's lovely. Yeah.
Hey, what are you watching?
I don't know. Not listening.
I was talking to my girlfriend.
Okay, that's cool. So yeah, we're gonna let's see. Very nice flight. Very diverse. Yep. That's kind of what the idea was. Kind of give you some diverse stuff. I want to give you some stuff that was different, a little bit rarer stuff that's not so easy to get. But I'm really glad you enjoyed it. So with that, we've been on, let's see, it's 10:38. We've been on for a good amount of time. So guys, again, I really want to thank you for coming in. John, I want to thank you for giving your time. I really appreciate you coming on and giving your time to taste and go through these whiskeys with me. And I'm really glad you enjoyed it.
That was awesome.
Yeah, I hope you have some stuff left to sip on a little bit. Definitely have some fun with it. Definitely give letter A, the Maker's Mark, some time. Definitely give the Weller a little bit of time to open up.
Even the little book too. Like I'm getting a little peanut now on the nose.
Yeah, that Knob Creek funk starts making itself known, so it's there. So Jim Shannon, thank you so much. All right, guys. So. John, just hang on. Don't sign off yet. But guys, thank you so much for the super chats. It was super generous. Really appreciate it. Really appreciate it. This is a really fun show. I want to say thank you so much again for all of you that are watching. Thank you for getting me to 1,000 subscribers so quickly. I'm glad you're enjoying the content. I have a lot more planned coming up. As far as the blend contest goes, if you haven't reached out to me yet, if you have a blend that you want to send in, please send it in. Reach me on Instagram, Twitter. If you don't have me contacted there, leave a comment down below. Say I have a blend, and I'll contact you. We could set that up. You guys have 2 weeks to get your blends in. The only thing I ask is that you send in just what the proof is, because if they're all high proof, then I could put them all in one bucket. But if they're some is low, some is high, I might have to split them up. So I just want to make it fair for everyone. So again, thank you so much. Thank you to John. Thank you to guys in the chat. And as I always say, it is not about the whiskey. It is the people you share it with, like John. So cheers, everyone, and I'll see you next time. Take care.
Cheers, everybody.